new episode, know you probably waiting. Plant a seed in your brain, let me pollinate it. And I'm not like the rest, I don't do the faking. You are now tuned into Bro Conversations. Hey man, you see the title of the video, man. But before I get into the goddamn album review, let me go ahead and show you, man. Introverted Inception is out. Introverted Inception is out. Introverted Inception is out by yours truly, man. 16 tracks, really like 13 tracks, but 16 tracks, three skits and interludes and shit like that. 16 tracks, man. This is my first album. I know I've been talking about it way too much and way too long. I was talking last video, y'all probably heard me said I was gonna drop it in February. I lied. I said fuck it, bro. I don't give a damn about no release date. I just need to get my shit out here, and I'm very proud of the body of work that I created, man. I will be putting a link. Oh. They're trying to take me out the game. Hold up. All right, yeah, I will be putting a link to that directly in the description, so you can shoot over to my other YouTube page and get that shit cracking, man. You know what I'm saying? First project, I'm so happy, so elated, so da. Anyway, you see the title of the video. Man. This is long awaited, man. Cordae dropped his sophomore album from a bird's eye view, man. And one of the first things I did when I was even listening to this shit initially, I got like 5 songs in, and then I just started to look at the credits, the writing credits. And I was really, really, really upset, man, to see that he got other writers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And because, bro, every single time, almost from all my favorite albums, especially the Kanye shit, J. Cole shit, Cordae shit, like just my favorite albums that I have in rotation from my favorite artists. Every time I look at the credits, bro, it's a long list of niggas that helped write it, and that's cool. I guess that's how you play the industry games. But damn, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, I just feel like I said, I got like halfway through the album, 5, 6 songs in, slightly halfway, and then I just turned the shit off, bro, because I really got upset. Like, it really upsets me to see that artists that I know are talented, obviously, they just don't write their own shit. At least for one album, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least for one album. So, like I said, I cut that shit off. I was like, man, fuck that shit, man. I was still gonna do the album review, obviously. But I was just so fucking disappointed and disheartened, man. It's just like, fuck. Who can you trust? Not even who can you trust to write your own shit? Like, the only person that come to mind, is Conway the Machine from Griselda. He the only one where I looked at his albums, and on top of that, Conway said he don't write. But even Wayne, even the Carter 5, even Lil Wayne, bro, it's like, yeah, he got writers and shit like that. It's like, damn, bro. Even when you on that caliber, you still, you know what I'm saying, rely on other people, and it's just fucking disheartening, man. It's just like, damn. Even if you, but then again, at the same time, me, myself, I write all my music or whatever. But there have been songs where I talk about shooting a nigga, killing a nigga, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of song I wanted to make. But I've never done that. You know what I'm saying? And the intention of making that song wasn't to lie to people. Just like, for example, on the album. Let me bring you back to the album. Fuck it. Introverted Inception. It's a song called Phantom of the Opera. Super crazy song, trap beat, super heavy piano and shit like that. Deep, dark, and really mysterious music. So I was like, I gotta paint a murderer story on this shit, and I did, and that shit was dope. But yeah, at the same time though, I can't even get mad at them because shit. If anything, I'm just presuming. Actually, yeah, I'm just presuming that all the writers, they just wrote what actually happened in the artist that's rapping it. Life. So if anything, you know what I'm saying, I can't even be mad, but it's like, damn, I just want to see somebody raw ability, somebody raw talent just seep through, and damn, I would like to, me personally, I would like to have more exposure as an artist, but I'm glad I don't because I can really put my time, effort, and my emotions into this shit. Just 100% me, nobody else. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah though, man, that shit was motherfucking disheartening. But it is what it is. And also I want to say with this album and all albums, that album reviews that I will make in the future. My opinion is bound to change, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, do not motherfuckers be and this is something I'll never do. This is something I'll never do. Motherfuckers be doing first listening reviews. You will never catch me doing that shit. And then they be posting it. They be talking to people in the chat. And the reason I won't do that is because the first listen is the first listen. So a lot of the time, shit, I didn't like KLD the first time I heard it. I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? But then when I listened to it over a few more times, like, okay, I understand the concept. You're not, or me as a person, me as a artist and a listener, you're not gonna grab everything that the artist is trying to get you in the first fucking listening. So the first listen, that's cool if you want to say, oh, I was here first, or just like academics was crying when Drake dropped his album or whatever. He was like, oh, this is a classic. Da, da, da. That will never be me. That will never be me because you gotta live with the album at least for a couple days. You gotta spend this bitch at least like 3-4 times, three times minimum. 3 times minimum, and that's exactly what I did with for Cordae's album, From a Bird's Eye View, man. Sophomore album, like I said, my view is bound to change, so don't hold me to this shit too much. But you know what I'm saying, this is just my initial thoughts, basically. 14 songs on the album, 41 minutes 39 seconds, and honestly, bro, when I was listening to this shit when I came back to it, bro, the thing about this is, the order of these songs and just how these songs were laid, it sounds like he did a whole bunch of takes, and I know how that is, a whole bunch of takes just to get it right. It sounded like at times he was reading off a phone or reading off a paper. But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? This is his sophomore album, and sometimes that's how it's gonna sound. Like the passion ain't there when you think of the bar up until you lay it, especially when you lay it perfectly. Like this, just the sequence. First of all, the sequence of the songs, I really like that. He went from the deep shit Silo's interview, Silo's intro, actually intro, and I believe that's his brother. I believe that's Silo is his brother or his cousin or whatever. Got locked in jail for some street shit. That shit was dope starting it out, but everything else, it was dope to hear the sequence, like, and that's really what really matters a lot, cause and that's something I learned putting my goddamn album together. You can have all the greatest songs in the world, but if it don't mesh into the next song, just right, or have an interlude, or have a whatever that gracefully pushes you into the next song, into the next concept, into the next idea. You know what I'm saying? It'll really just be a goddamn playlist or a compilation. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this album really did have deep concept, because there was a lot of things that happened in this album, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Want for Me, the song "Want for Me" on the track list sounds like it was influenced by Anderson .Paak. Oh wait, "Want for Me," and that's another thing, bro. Cordae really went into his singing bag and shit like that. And I ain't gonna lie, his voice is so pure and so, I ain't gonna say heavenly, that's kind of crazy, but so pure and so soulful. I say that, so soulful. Bro, I feel like shit. Me personally, maybe not the next project, or maybe not the next project after that. I'm gonna need I ain't gonna say R&B. Actually, nah, I ain't gonna say R&B. I'm gonna need a full singing project from Cordae. However he want to do it, the melodic shit. I like him stepping in the melodic bag. I like him on some songs popping his shit. Talking about all the designer that he be buying and all the other shit, which was a real switch and a real different play, compared to the Lost Boy. The Lost Boy, he was super humble, just happy to be in the door and shit like that, and really just trying to prove shit. That was the narrative that he was painting. Now, sophomore album, he's like, yeah, fuck this shit. I'm copy designer. I got the Audemars, I got the Protect on this wrist. You know what I'm saying? And that really. That really was a big switch and a big turn, and I ain't gonna lie, I didn't particularly like hearing him flex material things, especially hearing the Lost Boy, especially hearing all the freestyles he done dropped. That's not something he really exemplified, but if you got it, flaunt it. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at the concept, but it really didn't sound too good coming out of Cordae's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't sound like natural. Like oh yeah, because it didn't sound like. I guess his heart was into that, or even if it was, it's like it was kind of a stretch. But on the flip side of that, something that I did like is the drug references, talking about being young, and this is something that we didn't get on the Lost Boy, which is kind of crazy. But he was talking about being high off drugs, being high off perks. You know what I'm saying? Experimenting with this, that, and the third drug, and I did like that. So I didn't really particularly care for the I'm flexing on you niggas. I didn't really care about that, but. And for example, like the song "Super," like the flows was cool, but it's gonna take me a couple songs or maybe another album, just to for me to feel comfortable with him, popping his shit. Oh yeah, I got this, you don't. Oh, you a broke nigga. That. You know what I'm saying? Because that Cordae is the last artist that we expect to hear that shit from. You know what I'm saying? But the flow. Oh yeah, that's another thing. And I gotta give him the props. Him and the writers. The flows sound totally different from the shit on Lost Boy. Like the first half of the album, it was really like experimental. Especially when you hear songs like Mama's Hood. That's probably my favorite. That's probably my favorite song on the entire album. But I'm gonna get to my favorites and my standouts and shit like that a little bit down the list. The flow on Mama's Hood kind of reminded me of some Kendrick shit, like on some not To Pimp a Butterfly, um, Good Kid, Mad City type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like getting real introspective. And I believe Kendrick might have a song called actually Mama's Hood or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? It was really dope to hear his voice get laid over with his vocals getting doubled and shit like that, and one being a higher pitch, one being a lower, but saying it simultaneously. I really like that. That's something we haven't really seen from Cordae. Like I said, the first about half of the album, it was totally different flow, it was totally different ways of coming in with it and shit like that. A song like Today with Gunna. And speaking of that, like Gunna, I don't know what it was. It sounded like Gunna was gone off the lane or whatever, gone off the perks. It's not like it was a real sleepy verse from Gunna. You know what I'm saying? But I really like Cordae's performance on that, and on top of that shit, I mean, all the features that I've heard on this album, he got Freddie Gibbs, he got Stevie Wonder, which I believe Stevie Wonder, he only and on the song Champagne Glasses, I believe Stevie Wonder only has he only played the harmonica or maybe even background vocals, I believe, because I didn't hear the ooh ee that we normally hear, you know what I'm saying, from Stevie Wonder and shit like that. But yeah, every single and he also had a Roddy Ricch feature. Every single feature on the album, he did not get left in the dust, and I that's a W. That's a W. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, he had a feature from Wayne, and actually I ain't gonna say that because the feature from Wayne. It wasn't like, oh shit, he said this, but it was a flow that we've heard from Wayne and shit like that. But I like it. My I don't understand why I be looking at other people when they critique music or whatever. They literally expect motherfuckers to come out with some shit that we've never heard. It's like, bro, what the fuck? It's so many flows and so many songs, so many different genres that we can dip our toe in or dip our foot in and be like, all right, I'm gonna do this for this song, I'm gonna do this for another song. It's called creating a whole soundscape, a whole body of work. Motherfuckers expect you to create Jesus or fucking Jesus Walks. It's like, bro, like, can you give me time to be excellent in the fields that I choose to make songs in? I need to be excellent, like back to back to back, excellent when I'm in my bag for that shit. Then comfortably switch over. Look at what Tory Lanez did. He dropped the '80s album last year, or whatever. Changed his whole style. Changed this out in the third, but he had been dropped project after project after project that was fire. That was the R&B auto tune shit, and he perfected that. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. The type of shit that Tory do, he perfected it. A lot of people they think Tory bite styles of this person, that person, this person, but it's like, bro, he's inspired by whatever he's inspired by, and he's making excellence within that field. So how can you hate on it? I just don't understand that. I really don't understand that at all, my nigga. Um. Oh, another thing. That was a long pause, but it is what it is. Another thing, bro. As an artist, just listen to this after I got over my initial emotions from the first listen. Continuing to listen to this, it made me want to rap. It made me want to turn on my microphone in my room and turn on my laptop and really get going. You know what I'm saying? And as an artist, bro, that's how you. That's really your litmus test what of what is really dope and what has the potential to have a high replay value. You know what I'm saying? Something to get you turned. It's like, oh shit, he really going off on this song. I need to get on my shit. I need to, you know what I'm saying? So just by that alone, and I don't think I particularly remember feeling like that from the Lost Boy, but I feel like he obviously has something to prove. He obviously has something to prove to everybody. You know what I'm saying? That was hating on him, whatever the fuck. He obviously had two chips on his goddamn shoulder, you know, and he deserved it, man. He done put in the work. He done made obviously the right relationships. You know what I'm saying? He was on the song Super. He was talking about linking up with Dr. Dre and all that other shit. You can go on his goddamn Instagram and see all the important people that he's brushing shoulders with. I forgot to say bumping shoulders with or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that alone just shows you motherfuckers is making the goddamn right moves for sure. Also, another initial, oh yeah, another initial thought was one of the first things I wrote down when I was listening to this album. I was like, damn, this shit sounds too perfect. But I don't know. I feel like that was low key me hating a little bit because what is too perfect? Like, what is too perfect? I don't know. What is too perfect? But it literally sounds perfect. Every bar laid, nothing. There's nothing that's a little like a half a millisecond too late or half a millisecond too early. All of this shit is perfect. Like, and it's crazy because I guess I only bring that out because I'm not used to hearing somebody putting so much effort and just getting it perfectly right. Like even me, some songs on the album that was kind of that were on my album that was kind of a little bit too early, a little bit too late. But I think I like that to a certain extent on some songs, not all of them. On some songs, and obviously it's not most of the project. It's just a few songs that applies to. But on some songs, I like that because I don't know. I just love the rawness. I love the rawness of it. It's like, oh yeah, I see you fucked it up, but you got it back. And that okay. And that was one of the things. I did the Roddy Ricch interview. I did the Roddy Ricch album review, Live Life Fast, and that was something that Roddy did on a few songs. He lost the flow, but he came back with some other shit with a different flow, and he it's like seeing a battle rapper fuck up, but then they don't really fuck up. They meant that oh my god, it was just an illusion basically. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, and I love shit like that because it shows first of all you having fun with it. It's not just, oh, I need to get this shit perfect. And, fun really creates the biggest hits, the best. You know what I'm saying? Most of the artists that if you music nerd and a music interview nerd like me, most of the artists that create hits and shit like that change their lives, they're like, oh, we're just having fun. Oh, I was just fucked up. I was drunk. I was this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I ain't gonna lie though. Some of the lyrical rhyme schemes were predictable. And it's crazy me saying that because I've used literally like verbatim some of the rhyme schemes that he used. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, bro. I think the factor that it sounds like really perfect, but then again, some of the flows were predictable. That kind of I don't know. I feel like that kind of bumps it down from the a perfect 10 album which is hard to attain which is hard to attain in the first place. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Damn. I guess one of the last things I'm gonna cover is you can tell a lot about, but before I get to the standout albums and before I rank it, you can really tell a lot about an artist by the features that they have on the album. Some of the features that was on this: Lil Durk, her, Roddy Ricch, Ant Clemens. I don't really know who Ant Clemens is. Gunna, Freddie Gibbs, and Stevie Wonder. That was just some of them. You know what I'm saying? And just by that alone, it really shows you how much they believe in him just to fucking give him time. Even if he paid however much for a verse. A nigga ain't gonna hop on the song if they don't believe in you, or unless they all about that bag. You know, I say most people that really give a damn about music, they're not gonna treat it like that. They're not gonna fucking do that. So that really shows a lot, and it shows that he has credibility. So when he goes to other artists, which he's never been to, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, I did a song with Freddie Gibbs, I did a song with Stevie Wonder, I did a song with Gunna, I did a song with her, I did a song with Lil Durk. So that really builds up your fucking credibility and your goddamn credit, you know, in general. But yeah, though, I'm about to get to the standout songs, and then I'm about to rank it. Oh yeah, I should have said this earlier. It is what it is. I created a new or updated. I updated my ranking system. First of all, I'm not gonna be reviewing an album if I believe it's mid or it's fucking trash. I'm not gonna review album if I score it a 1 overall, a 2 overall, 3 overall, 4 overall, or 5 overall. I'm only doing 6. I'm only doing a 6, a 8, and a 9. 8, 9, and 10. I'm only scoring this shit 6, 8, 9, and 10. I'm not doing 7 because I took that from Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels, he be asking women, what would you rate your face from 1 to 10? You can't use 7 because 7 is just like, it's kind of the humble answer. 6 is like, it's just a little bit of, 7 is kind of the humble answer. It's like, oh yeah, it was cool, but fuck that shit. I want to force myself to really give what I feel. You know, like I said, this is just in the moment. So yeah, fuck that shit. Standout songs, but before I get to that, standout songs were Champagne Glasses featuring Freddie Gibbs and Stevie Wonder on the harmonica. Westlake High, I really like Westlake High. I really like songs where niggas get their shit off lyrically and then they just talk for the rest of it, because that's what I did on one of my most recent songs or whatever. Silo's intro, I really like that. Mama's Hood, which I already told you. Today featuring Gunna, even though Gunna had that sleepy verse on that shit. C. Carter, Chronicles featuring Lil Durk and her, and Gifted featuring Roddy Ricch and Ant Clemens. Those are my standout songs. Like I said, it was only 14 songs on the entire album. Yeah, and it is what it is. Now I'm about to get to the motherfucking ranking, man. Fuck it, bro. Not even fuck it. Not even fuck it. I feel like, bro, I feel like this. Even the songs that I didn't like, it was only one. I really only didn't like one verse, and it was the verse from Eminem, Parables. I feel like Eminem, he's at the point where he don't want to do the trap shit. So what Eminem gonna do is just troll rap. He make a lot of cringy bars and shit like that. It's like, bro, it's slightly clever, but it's like, bro, it sounds weird to hear a nigga that calls himself the rap god do troll rap. But it is what it is. I understand. Like he's literally in a space of his own. We're talking about money. We're talking about fame. We're talking about accolades and all this other shit. You know, artist collaboration and all that shit. So I understand. But I really, really, really did not like, and I did not like Eminem's verse on Parables, and I really did not like Cordae put that shit on there. But I understand he did. I understand why, because Eminem is obviously one of the biggest artists. So even if he put out a scoop de poop track like Kanye did, even if Eminem did that, the streams is going up for the album, man, and that's gonna count. So I can't even be mad at Cordae. But yeah though, man. Damn, when I'm gonna rank this, I'm gonna rank, and like I said, my ranking system is I can only rank it a 6, 8, 9, or 10. I ain't gonna cap, bro. Like, but before I even answer, let me just look at the goddamn track list again, right quick. Let me just look at the goddamn track list right quick, man. Let me look at the goddamn track list. There we go. Let me look at the track list before I make my final decision, man. Before I make my final decision, bro. I feel like I will be bumping this shit a lot, and I really didn't have any skips on this album. Like, but besides the Eminem verse on Parables, the Eminem remix verse on Parables and shit like that, I really didn't have a whole lot of goddamn skips. I was running through my hood, rolling a Jeep. I ain't playing with you niggas. I'm just playing for keeps. Damn, bro. Alright, let me see. I'm about to say, there we go. One for me. She called her. It was cool. Westlake High. Nah, bro. I was about to get this shit a 9, but I gotta give it an 8. I gotta give it an 8, man. I gotta give it an 8, man. This was a very solid project. I ain't gonna lie. I wish if I could say anything or give any last critiques or whatever, I wish this shit had like 3 more songs with just Cordae on it. No features, none of that shit. Just Cordae. I feel like it could be slightly longer in that fashion, but other than that, I really don't have too many shots to throw or shots to take. Not even shots to take. I don't really have any shots to take at the goddamn album. You know what I'm saying? Really solid project. This will probably be in my rotation for the foreseeable future. You know what I'm saying? Or at least the goddamn standout albums. The standout songs on this album. And yeah, though, man. Like I said, Introverted Inception. Click the link in the description to hear my debut. I don't even know what that means, but I think it applies. My debut project, Introverted Inception. And yeah, man. We out. Peace. For a new episode, know you probably waiting. Plant a seed in your brain, let me pollinate it. And I'm not like the rest, I don't do the faking. You are now tuned into Bro Conversations.